Hi, my name's Vince Sheehan, and I'd just like to talk today a bit about season two of Doctor Who, the classic series. I've just watched all of the stories from this season between 1964 and 1965. And just to give some thoughts on this, I think it's a very strong follow up to season one. Season one, of course, everything's new. We've got this wonderful premise of the Doctor time travelling with his companions in this small box, the TARDIS, which of course isn't small inside, and discovers these amazing planets and these incredible aliens and monsters, most notably the Daleks, of course, in season one. Well, season two, I guess they wanted to make sure that the show carried on successfully, and it definitely does. But I imagine it had its challenges as well. You just got to look at the beginning of season two, where the original cast are there, but by the last story, the only remaining regular cast member from the first story, An Unearthly Child in season one, is William Hartnell. So a lot's changed in season two. And I believe a lot changed behind the scenes as well, in terms of script editors, directors, etc. But anyway, the season starts with Planet of Giants, not my favourite story actually. A rather unassuming beginning to the season. But then that's more than made up for in the second story, the Dalek Invasion of Earth, which is absolutely brilliant. A fantastic follow-up to the Daleks from season one. And of course, the makers wanted to capitalise on the success of the Daleks, the Dalek mania at the time. And it's a really terrific story. No wonder they turned it into a film. And of course, it has those iconic shots as well of the Daleks around London. And everything seems to be on a big scale in that story. And then it has the greatly moving speech at the end by the Doctor as Susan leaves, which again is a first, a companion leaving. Then we have the rescue where Vicky's introduced. A short story, but quite enjoyable nonetheless. And then we come on to the Romans, which I think is one of the most enjoyable historical stories. So much fun, so much comedy actually in this story. And just such an enjoyable, over the top, and slightly camp story. Nero's brilliant in it as well. So I think that's definitely a highlight. And then the Web Planet, the next story, which is one of my favourites from this season. Such memorable monsters in this, like ants and moths, bugs, etc. But on a distant planet. A really memorable, enjoyable story, even if some of the costumes are a bit worse for wear by the end of this six-parter. And then we have the Crusade, which is the only story in the season with episodes missing. And again, that's enjoyable. There are reconstructions on YouTube, etc. And of course, the audio is available for all episodes. But again, an enjoyable story. Perhaps one of the more slight instalments of this series. I wouldn't regard it as a highlight, but enjoyable nonetheless. The Space Museum then, again, quite a charming story, quite an original idea, going into true science fiction territory about people being able to affect their destiny, or is there a destiny just fixed? Is the fate just fixed? And yes, a very interesting story, and they even managed to shoehorn a Dalek scene in as well. Which brings us on to the chase. I think this is a terrific story which just ranges throughout the cosmos, and the Daleks of course are on top form, even being quite funny actually as well. And Of course, we say goodbye to Ian and Barbara after all these stories, right from An Unearthly Child. So that's a rather moving and lovely moment, I think, when they go. And the Doctor's clearly affected by this. And then we finish with the Time Meddler, which is again quite an enjoyable romp through Anglo-Saxon Britain, with Peter Butterworth, a very memorable role as the monk, the meddling monk. So yeah, a good end to the season. But I think the true standouts in this season are definitely the Dalek invasion of Earth, the Romans, the Web Planet, and the Chase. I think they're all really amazing and enjoyable stories. Yeah, so season two, just like season one, absolutely brilliant, and coping with the changes in characters extremely well. And it really sows the seed, season two, for this idea that it's not only the Doctor who regenerates, which of course is still in the future in season two, but the companions can come and go as well. Thanks for watching.